Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to game number 2 between Boreal Esports and Team eHug in the Join Dota League Season number 6 group stage. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by PlagueDota for game number 2, which I'm honestly a bit surprised they didn't ban out the Batrider. Plague, you missed this. It was a, I want to say 9-0-18 Batrider from Infinity last game.
Really?
It was pretty insane, and I was like, okay, so next game, first ban Batrider. Apparently, you know, Troll and Sniper, even worse. I haven't seen a Troll or a Sniper do quite as well as Infinity did last game on the Batrider, so. Anyway, glad to have you here, man. I did not think you'd made it into the lobby, so I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go use the bathroom, I'll be back, I'll cast, whatever.
Yeah,
but,
no, I just eked in. Like, right after I joined you, it went, so...
Perfect.
Yeah, we just eked right in on time. He just hit my iPod, so there's that. But, you know, it's exciting. New season, Join Dota League. Got good old boys from Canada and Boreal, Team eHug. My boy Pandago. I don't really know him, but... he's one of my more favorite people in America, in North American scenes, so...
he's a very good player as well.
Oh, yeah. And also Corey, formerly of Zephyr, with eHug. That's who Saro is. It's a pretty...
oh, okay. I was like, yeah, he's here. Okay.
Yes, that's what, at least that's what I understand, is that Saro is Corey, formerly of Team Zephyr. You know, he's not necessarily fresh back from Korea, because they've been back since the end of the year, but, you know, one of the better up-and-coming North American carry players. He kind of took a bit of a hit with his time in Korea, not like really knocking the Korean scene, but, you know, Zephyr was kind of falling off near the end of the near the end of their time in Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen like some really good teams come out of Korea, and both Rave as well as MVP Phoenix, and even MVP Hot 6, after they did kind of a reshuffle of their roster, is looking really solid in Cherix's support there. But enough of that, we are here in the game. But man, these second phase bans here, Earthshaker and Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer is, at least for me, he's been kind of one of the shining up and coming carries. Like after his rework, he's no longer really that pushy type of carry, the one that wins you the game just by rat Dota.
But he is a very efficient carry.
Yeah, you know, you go for your Diffusal Blade into Manta, into whatever, and he's an efficient fighter now, where originally you needed like a bunch of items to make him like just end all be all carry. Now he just needs the Diffusal Blade, and his mobility makes him a fairly good fighter. But I think eHug, at least for the banning out of the PL, they don't, you know, they use these two picks. I don't think Disruptor is necessarily too great versus PL, because PL, you know, has a million illusions, and if you don't glimpse the right target, you're pretty well dead.
Ooh.
Boreal's gonna pick up the Tusk. Oh man.
I mean, they are from up north. They're the Canadian team, so hey.
Yeah. Hey, I love playing me some Tusk. I really love seeing him. The Snowball is just, it's so much fun to 5-man gank with the Snowball.
Yeah,
And
I don't really see the application with the Storm Spirit, though. I'm just going to be 100% honest. I mean, do you need to ball Storm Spirit in? He's got balling down, you know. He's quite a baller.
Well, I think that overall, with at least Boreal's lineup, Tusk kind of synergizes well with any other support that has some crowd control, where Lion is, the reason that he's so picked up is because he has double CCs in both the Earth Spike and the Hex. If you get both of those off, you at the level 1 on each, you have 3.5 seconds of stun between those two. And as well, like, even though the stun duration on Snowball isn't great, it's a half a second more that where and the gap closing ability that it brings, and also where, you know, you can ball up in the Tusk when you see that kinetic field drop. So like where Disruptor's like, you know, drop the Storm, kinetic field, or whatever, you can dodge a lot of skills with Tusk, and as well as Batrider, because if you're quick on the ball with Tusk, it's going to be really rough to take down whoever your core is going to be. I think this is going to be a mid Storm Spirit Yeah, and then they're gonna pick up their carry there in Slark.
And then they'll probably get an offlaner and run Tusk as a support.
Yeah, I would think so. eHug's gonna go ahead and pick up the Shadow Fiend in response here. I think Storm Spirit is one of the few heroes that lines up pretty decently with Shadow Fiend. You don't want to eat the Shadow Raises because
but you'll be okay.
Yeah.
At the same time.
It's 300 damage at level 1 if you get hit by all 3 Shadow Raises.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I thought you meant by 1 at level 1. I was like, hold the phone, Plague. That would be ridiculous.
That would be what they're buffing CK stun to, right?
We will see them ban out the Spectre once again, even without the Zeus on the field. And this is what they banned out as 5th ban last game, saying, okay, you've got Zeus, we respect that, but we expect her to be picked. And instead of expected her, you don't expect her, and you ban Spectre. So, yeah.
I think it's partly to respect Corey's Spectre, because I know he plays like a disgustingly good Spectre. It's just Corey overall, he plays really good farming cores, and cores that like that can win you the game in the later stages. I'll see. I want to see here, like they need to have a hero that deals with Slark decently right now.
Shadow Fiend is okay, but he's still very reliant on his right-click damage. And with Slark's speed, it's going to be hard to lock him down with raises. And Yule's, I mean, that's cute, but it's not going to work very well. Let me just go ahead and spoil that for you.
Yeah, Slark can also, like, pounce right out of the whatever. Dark Pack's really good in a lot of instances, and I think it breaks Yule's. And obviously, Slark's really good versus Batrider, because if you know that if you feel the Batrider's going to engage, you go ahead and pop that Dark Pack. So this is going to be an offlane Tusk. They're going to be running a dual support Lion Vengeful Spirit, which have really been those quintessential supports, at least for most of 6.83. We've seen a little bit more of Treant Protector as that defensive support, but this is really your dual roaming support. Shadow Fiend's really susceptible to this. If Storm Spirit gets an early point in Electric Vortex, he can just pull in the Shadow Fiend and then set it up for smoke gank from both Lion and Vengeful Spirit. If Shadow Fiend overextends just a little bit, it's probably going to end up with a dead Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I don't know why they think Archaea's mic is muted, because he's working tonight, so yeah.
What?
Cal said, Archaea, your mic is muted. I'm like, no, Archaea's mic is not muted because he's not here. I mean, it may be muted, but that doesn't even matter, so...
Yeah. But we're going to go ahead and see what eHug's going to pick up last. This is going to be their carry. Right here, I would probably like to see something like a... oh, man. Where's the Slark? Oh, they're going to go ahead and pick up the Bristleback, so I don't even get a... I don't even get a chance at all. That's sad.
Yeah. I like the Bristle here, though, because it's good AoE damage against Slark, generally. Yeah. And it tends to be pretty strong against him as well.
Well, Bristleback works really well versus a lot of bursty heroes. They don't really have that on the side of Boreal, but he's one of the few heroes that can kind of fight Slark. And Bristleback, as long as you can get Quill Prey stacks onto people, it's so much damage. We will see Boreal moving their way towards the bottom lane. I think they're going to just be working their way into the Radiant Jungle, probably placing a ward at either of these camps. I don't know if you really want to place a ward here at their main pull camp, but because like those are really easily dewarded. Or I mean, you could also do the Magic Bush ward that blocks off both camps, which would be really good. But it looks like Boreal might be looking to get themselves a kill here,
especially with that snowball. I mean,
yeah, at level 1, Tusk is really one of the better. He is really one of the better level 1 fighters. Just because of that snowball and the extra damage that it brings in. That's 180 damage at level 1.
But they're not gonna wait. They might spot out. No, they're not gonna see him.
No, that was the Tusk that was pinging it out. So we will just see everybody's just going to their lanes now. They're gonna be giving Angry Testy this level 1 rune, which is probably gonna... and both Shadow Fiend's gonna get it. They're both not going for a quick bottle, so...
Yeah, they're gonna go for the stats build here to try and out-CS each other. Shadow Fiend does have an extra tango, though, whereas Angry Testy doesn't, so maybe expecting a little more resistance from the Storm Spirit. Anyways, let's go ahead and introduce our teams here. I'll just go ahead with Boreal.
Going on here. MAW is gonna go ahead and get caught up at Pizza Dad as well as PQ. We will see the stuns come out. Magic Missile first into the Earth
There's
Spike.
your first
So that's
blood.
gonna be a dead, sad MJW. Peter Dad
Yep.
gonna be picking up the kills.
Meanwhile, though, Pandago going in on Angry Tessie. He'll pop a Leech Seed right now and at least get a few hits off. He's not going to be able to kill him right here because he'd have to dive tower, but it's going to force Angry Tessie to use one of those tangos probably. Although with Pizza Dad right here, he can just grab another if he wants. And right now it's basically a dual mid situation. Anyways, Boreal, we got Angry Tessie on the mid Storm, Pizza Dad on the Lion, picking up your first blood. Penguin or PQ on the Vengeful Spirit. Offlane will have Jeppens on the Tusk. And safe lane will have Slark played by KVH.
Alright, and then on that side of eHug, opposite of the Slark, we do have Infinity, who apparently played a phenomenal Batrider last game.
One of the best I've seen in a long time.
In the mid lane, we do have Gamer 123 on that Shadow Fiend, already getting a good chunk of CS, especially versus the Storm Spirit, who out damages him by quite a bit at the very beginning of the laning phase. MJW, who sadly paid for a little bit of insolence with his life on the Disruptor. Pandago on the Treant Protector. And finally, we got Saro or Corey on the Bristleback. And this is going to be this is really your more... They're putting a lot of their chips in onto this Bristleback. I think Bristleback's a really, really strong hero, and he gets really good as the later stages of the game goes, because just mainly because how the hero itemizes and just his progression overall.
He's tanky and he does so much damage too.
Yeah, and also the Bristleback is just a phenomenal. It's just a phenomenal passive that at level 4, if it's a full back, it's 40% damage reduction pre-mitigation. That's huge.
Double Raise actually coming out on Angry Tessie mid will cost him a lot of his health, and not only does he not have any more tangos, Vinch has some. Vinch, come on, share with your brother here. But Shadow Fiend's got 3 and Treant armor to back him up.
Surprisingly, Angry Testy is just getting rolled by Gamer right now.
He's getting good CS though, at least.
Well, I mean, as the Storm Spirit, at level 1 he out damages Shadow Fiend by quite a bit. So you're either going to be making the Shadow Fiend burn mana for the raises, or you'll just be able to deny safely. But it looks like Gamer 123 now with his Necromastery stacks just getting higher and higher. He's now, I dare say, he's already won his lane.
Yeah.
Just with the early amount of CS that he got. And
they need a gank in here from supports, but the Vengeful Spirit and the Lion, they're not really able to gank very well. They will pick up a smoke. I'd like to see Jeppens rotate, but it's going to be very obvious if he leaves this off lane, especially with the lane ward put down here by eHug. So,
yeah,
they need to stack for Storm, and they have started doing so at least, but that's his way back into this at the moment. He's not going to get it in the lane.
This ward by eHug here is just one of my favorite wards in the lane. It's so
that one, yeah.
Because what it does is it gives you vision of where their offlaner is, and
this is just eHug's vision, by the way.
Yeah, it's really strong because you can see at the very back here if somebody's going to be moving their way to the behind a tree, because there's that little bit of fog of war there,
like right there.
Even if they work their way into this little area, they'll have to come out and you'll see it. And with the ward vision that it brings, at night it's going to be easier to see ganks. But it looks like, speaking of ganks, we got PQ going into the bot. Jeppens going to go ahead pop that snowball, but he is hurting quite a bit. He has
it's more like Snow Soul, as they do glimpse him back actually. Ice Shards comes out, but won't do much. Has he got a magic stick here? He does, but it didn't save him, for sure. And Bristleback, he knows he can get kills in this lane. That's the most dangerous thing for the Tusk here. Bristleback's already put a point in Nasal Goo, 3 points in the Cool Spray, and 1 in the Bristleback. He gets 1 more level. This Tusk basically has to say, okay, I've lost my lane, I will go home, and I will cry.
And Pandago got cut out in the top lane here.
Now that's really good for KVH.
Yeah, getting a little bit of extra gold from that kill. He is.
However, he's getting out-farmed, yeah.
Yeah, he is suffering in the CS department by quite a bit, but still, that kill is gonna bring him back to about even with Corey. And I would like to see a Handamitis out for Slark. I mean, I'm a really big fan of it on Slark, because you can even fight with the Handamitis.
The extra attack speed helps a ton with the Essence Shift.
Yeah, Essence Shift is just a winner for when it comes to ridiculous passives. It's one of my favorite passives in the game.
If you could get that on a ranged hero, like, I've done it in ability draft once, and it's just like,
we do have weapons getting gone on here by the Bristleback, as well as the Disruptor. He's taking a lot of Nasal Goose stacks. He is going to go out and drop the Ice Shards from MJW.
And this is the problem. Oh, wait, nice snowball back over his own shards.
He might not be able to get out of here, though. We will have the zip in by Angry Tessie. He's going to be going on to MJW. MJW
Jeppins is
have
okay.
Tree and armor onto him, but he is going to go down to the right click of the Tusk. It looks like Sero really wants to get a return kill onto the Tusk, but...
And Jeppins is, his Magic Stick is actually keeping him alive. Bristleback does grab the regen rune, and he actually has a bottle to activate it with, and Tessie's in a lot of trouble. Don't think there's anything Jeppins can do.
Nope, Tessie's gonna go down to the right click of the Bristleback, and it looks
Jeppins
like
is just like, I'm out.
Onto the line as well here in the top lane.
Yeah, that's really big for him this early on. He's already got treads at 6 minutes, and he hasn't died yet. Not to mention, he's sitting at his current soul cap, and as soon as he puts that next point in Necromastery, he's probably going to be at the next cap. This is a fabulous start for Shadow Fiend. And
you have that Midas recipe coming out for KVH now, like I was just talking about. He is really close to it, but Bristleback's...
He likes his Midas, though.
Jeppins is just... He's getting caught out so frequently here by Corey. Corey's really doing well in his lane. He has 1,900 gold in the bank. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for a hand of Midas either, because it's 7 minutes into the game, and he's you don't really see him slowing down. And
a Vanguard wouldn't be bad either, though, at this point in the game. It would let him snowball in terms of tankiness and just become unkillable for the next 10 minutes, which could be a really big boost to him.
Yeah, but Corey is going to go ahead and elect to get that hand of Midas. He's having it flown out to him right now. Slark finally has it. So KVH is going to have a bit of a quicker use of it.
He's basically got the Midas quicker, even though Corey actually bought his beforehand, but...
Yeah. But when you elect to go for a hand of Midas with the Bristleback, 7.5 minute Blink Dagger for Infinity.
Oh my god.
He's going to be able to get a bunch of work done. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go ahead and gank this.
He's got the smoke.
Again in the bot lane.
They're going to go straight for mid. Because Angry Tessie is only level 7. He's got half his mana right now. He doesn't have enough to do anything.
And no bottle.
And if they can get like a haste rune right now on the Shadow Fiend. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
The F4 rune. And even with the Sentry down, it's not really going to help out Angry Tessie.
Yeah, they couldn't see it, so... If they had an observer nearby, they would have been able to see Infinity coming. And Infinity is looking for stacks. They know they've stacked it for Angry Tessie. Unfortunately, he doesn't look for the medium camp right now. Unless... I mean, if Infinity stole these stacks, that would get him a very fast Blink Dagger. He's not going to go for it because he doesn't realize they're there.
No, Infinity already has the Blink Dagger.
I mean Force Staff, sorry.
Yeah, he's going to go to blink in here, get a jump onto the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit's going to go ahead and eat one raise. He's going to be able to zip out, though.
Bit of a misplay there from the Shadow Fiend, though, missing those raises.
Unfortunately for Gamer123, just wasn't able to get down that triple raise that probably would have ended up killing that Storm Spirit.
He's actually going for mech, though.
I like the mech build. It lets you fight well.
It does.
Early.
The only thing is, with the Slark on the enemy team, I feel like the stat drain that he may get off with Essence Shift is going to be a bit more of an issue, because Shadow Fiend does not have the greatest mana pool in the world.
No, but he's still... The thing of it is with Shadow Fiend, he does have a lot of right-click damage early. He does have a lot of burst damage early, but when you go for the mech, you want to fight early. We will have Corey get snowballed on by Jeppins. The Jeppins is just going to go down here to the right clicks of the Shadow Fiend.
They finally killed him!
Down the Bat Rider. Pizza Dad's going to go down, as well as PQ. That glimpse back, bringing him into the hands of Corey.
That is the first death of Infinity since, I'm assuming, the game before the previous one. So... or, not Corey, Infinity. Wow. It's been a long day, Plague.
Oh, you know, I know what you mean. Bristleback's gonna be working his way back to base, 1,500 gold in the bank. I wonder if he's just gonna, elect to go for a Vanguard, or he could even go for it like a quick S&Y if he'd like to. He is gonna finish up a Magic Wand for.
Not a bad pickup here.
No, I mean they're not really spammy.
But they have a lot of spells. I mean, all of them have at least 2 active spells. Slark and Storm are the only ones with the passive, and Storm, he can be pretty spammy. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah, Storm is the king of spam, and I don't know how much I like the 404 build that's been really common lately for.
I don't like 404. I definitely think picking up a point in the lockdown can help you out a lot, especially once you hit level 6.
Yeah.
Level 1 to 2,
will have nice
whatever.
Go out onto the Tusk as well as the Walrus Punch. He's going to end up going down to the finger by the Lion.
Or the Bristleback, yeah, not the Tusk.
Yeah.
But a glimpse coming out on Tusk, and, well, he's going to be trapped for a second gamer. Will throw the, but a beautiful snowball out onto a creep. Jeppins does get lassoed. He'll get dragged back now. And he'll go down to the Shadow Fiend. Okay, I thought it was the Batrider. Sorry to interrupt you there, Plague.
Oh, you are okay. This gamer
was again with the glimpse.
MJW MVP. He's gonna go to drop his static. He's gonna
Tree Armor, just keeping him alive.
And PQ is gonna take a right click by
MJW, more like MC Hammer.
Dropping that hammer. That's for sure.
Yeah, you can't touch him. I mean, he dove tower for that, and then Tree's just like, "Don't worry, bro, I got you." It's eHug are playing out of their minds tonight.
They are playing very well. KVH is going to be able to get a consolation prize in this tier 1 tower in the top lane. So with that, that's going to be the first blood for towers. That's going to bring the gold lead back to. It'll bring it down
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
About still, 800, I'd say, but
yeah, it's still not about even, but it's.
I think that Slark at this point needs to get his Blink Dagger and make something happen. I don't care if you pick off the Disruptors somehow. I'm not sure how you do it this game, but if you don't make a pick off soon, Slark isn't a threat. And this game will really start to go downhill for Boreal if that happens. So.
Yeah.
Well, mid lane, no engagement.
Just a second what he's gonna elect to go for, because he could just go to, if he wants to go for the Hand of Midas, he'll just go to the side shop right after you Midas this.
Or the
you could go for Lothar's.
The Blink, you mean? You said the Hand of Midas because he's already got one of those.
Blink. Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry, it's been a long day for me too.
I understand, man.
I think Lothar's wouldn't be a bad choice this game at all. Mainly because with Lothar's, what you can gank a little bit more with the damage that comes out of it. Like, Blink is like a lot more of that shock factor, and it's harder to counter than Lothar's. But if you can pick up the Lothar,
smoke gank coming out. Infinity's gonna spot him out. He'll dodge the Earth Spike, and he'll actually get him trapped both in range for a kinetic field, and that'll bring down both the heroes here. Slark did not buy out, so we still don't know. I'd rather see the Blink or even straight Scotty here. But again, you need to get something.
And I don't think that you can really go for the straight Scotty this game, mainly because just what eHug has a lot of early pressure with the Bristleback.
Yeah.
And
you need something before that.
Yeah, like I think if you go like the mini Scotty into the big Scotty, which is Sanjin Yasha in the Scotty, I think that would be a really decent move here.
Shadow Fiend just took a Walrus Punch and a stun to the face and a finger and lived through it with most of his health thanks to the Tree Armor. The finger and a right click from Lion takes him down, but he does pick up a Blink Dagger in the meantime. I mean, this is the difference here. You're looking at a Slark who is pretty much 2 core items behind the Shadow Fiend. You can't really call Midas a core item. Sure, it's a great farming tool, but it doesn't give you anything combat-wise, other than a little tiny bit of attack speed.
Yeah, and just when you elect to go for something like the Hand of Midas, you're really banking on being able to at least not let it stay on cooldown. So Anger Tessie is going to get on here by Sarah in the mid lane.
And there's the Shatter Blade.
A lot of right-click damage.
And a lot of Quill Spray.
Yeah, but Slark elected for the Lothars. The Shadow Blade is flying out on the courier to him right now.
Bristleback could go straight heart right now, though. Like, he's sitting on 2,800 gold. 5-1 and 5.
He'll pick up the Vanguard right now. because it's just
Okay.
right at 15 minutes, and
It's still a really good item, yeah.
Yeah, it's still a really good timing for your Vanguard as well. If you get it like pre-17 minutes, it's a really good item, and then you can also go into something like the Crimson Guard, which does fairly decent versus a lot of the heroes on the side of Boreal, with a lot of those heroes being like the
Timeout though, KVH jumping on MJW here, he will get the kill, but he'll actually get lassoed by Infinity, and actually I believe he purged it off, but taken down anyway. At least he got something out of it though, we can say. It's not much, but again, like I was saying, a pick off on the Disruptor is something to say, hey, as Enchantress is to say, I'm a Predator. You better watch out. I ain't messing around, you know?
Yeah.
And Tusk actually with the Blink Dagger up after all this, so that's a really big pickup for him, especially as defensively as Jeppins has been playing with the Snowball. It'll help him get out of those sticky situations, which of course is going to be almost eternally useful.
And never underestimate the Blink Walrus Punch.
Oh yeah. Just like, don't worry guys, I'm fine, I'm on half health. No you're not, Tusk is here.
We do have a double damage readout on Corey now. It's gonna be really rough.
He's already back up at 1,600 gold, and he just bought out a Vanguard.
Yep, just a minute.
Glimpse back on the Lion.
Like
Oh,
20 seconds ago. The kinetic field is going to trap both the Storm Spirit as well as the Lion. Mana Drain is going to go on to Corey. Corey's going to be doing a whole lot of right-click damage. PQ is going to be nestled up by
dear.
as well as the Lion. Lion's
a Gamer. Max up. He can live here, actually. He's got Nature's Guys on him, but they can see him. They've got a sentry over here on the cliff, but KVH will go down to Pandago in return, who is probably going to work on a bags, I'm assuming. Jeppin's in a bit of trouble, though. Here comes the Blink. Oh, wait, no. I was thinking that was going to be the Blink, but it wasn't. Bit of a missed timing there from Jeppins.
He elected to turn around, where I think if you would really need to try and blink into the trees on this
like,
side.
yeah, blink forward.
There's definitely no way for you to be able to get out of it unless you like nestle yourself in a little area, and even then the Shadow Fiend would probably be able to get some raises on you. But again, it would have made them waste a little bit of time chasing you as opposed to getting some beatdowns on that tower.
Yeah, and they need to take down this tower, but eHug definitely looking dominant here in game number 2, sitting at a 6 or 7k gold advantage, and net worth definitely sitting in their favor on the board. Storm is looking for an Orchid, still 600 gold away though.
Now, we'll see what Sarah wants to go for. I think he could actually get a little bit greedy and go for some damage items, but we will have the lasso go out on the Pizza Dad's going to get this Static Storm dropped onto him, and Infinity's going to be able to take him out. We do have the Treant. He's going to go ahead and drop that Overgrowth, taking out the Vengeful Spirit. Infinity burning that Vengeful Spirit down, so double kill for Infinity. He's playing really well this game. He does have his 4-stab flying out to him right now, as well as a TP scroll. Slark's going to be farming in the top lane. He's got only 1,400 gold in the bank. If you take a look at his net worth, even though it's the highest on his team, he's still 1,300 below Corey. And Corey's got 2,600 in the bank.
Not to mention Gamer, who is another 1,500 ahead of him.
Yeah, and Gamer's got 3k in the bank.
Like, he can just buy out a Butterfly next and be just fine. I think it's probably going to be BKB instead, especially when he sees the Orchid up on Storm. But first he's going to pick up this Aegis and just say, hey, you want to mess with us now? How about it? Come on, let's fight. I've got a mulligan.
Angry Testy had a really decent timing for his Orchid. You're looking at, you want an Orchid around that 18 minute mark, and he had it at 1850, which is great. I mean, considering he didn't have the greatest laning phase, and he hasn't been able to get a whole lot of pickoffs. But eHug's going to be pushing down this tier 2, which is not looking super great for Boreal right now. I don't think they can defend this, and it looks like KVH is just going to be trying to push out this top lane.
Yeah, gonna try to get some split push off. He's not able to scratch the tower much, and Batrider already TPing back, does have a blink and a lasso available. Isn't gonna, well, actually, is gonna run into Angry Testy, who has his newfound Orchid, and is gonna show it off a bit, as he does take down the Batrider. Infinity not having a stellar game in game number 2, but doing okay, still.
He's playing well. It's just, you know, I mean, well, I guess he's playing.
Force staff
he's
on
playing
tree. Okay.
pretty decently, but there's just a lot of.
Whoa.
There's a lot of stuff that can pick him off.
I've got lag. Have you got
Yep.
lag?
Yep. This server crashed. GG.
Oh dear. What do?
Well, we'll go ahead and see here just a second.
Volvo,
and
please.
See, maybe it's patch time.
No way. Oh wait, is it? Are we good?
Yeah, everything's paused. Jeppins, quick on the pause. Nice, says Infinity.
Luckily, everyone stayed in the same place.
Yeah.
Somehow, though, I actually don't think the game clock advanced at all.
No, I think the server had a hiccup there.
Infinity, yeah, that's why I died, guys. Come on.
Oh, Infinity. Shadowfiend with the BK. Oh my goodness, he's so farmed. 12k net worth. He's
Just the casual BKB. Like, guys, you know what? I hit hard enough.
Corey did take out this triple stack here at the Ancients, so he has 4,400 gold in the bank. He's gonna be picking up his Sanjin Yasha if he so chooses here.
He could just like say, okay, I'm gonna get Scotty.
Yeah, I mean he could do whatever he wants
Daedalus.
right now. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of.
Okay, Sanjin Yasha though. It's the reasonable choice.
KBH is gonna be getting the DD rune. Right now if I was Slark, I would really be looking to make something out of this DD rune because your team is just so far behind. If you can catch out one of their supports and get a kill, you're not going to be killing the Bristleback at all, and you'd be really hard pressed to kill the Shadowfiend, but you'd be able to probably kill Infinity, you'd be able to kill Pendago. That's if you can catch Pendago without him being nature guised up. But speaking of nature's guys, Pendago as well as, or Infinity was, but he's just going to be dropping his Firefly here, trying to scout behind the tower, but that's going to be the last tier 2 already down for Boreal 21 minutes into the game, and they barely even scratched the towers on the side of eHug, only getting this top lane, tier 1. And I guess they'll be getting this tier 1 in the bot lane, but Gamer123 getting a lot of CS and
a lot of just aggression.
A lot of damage. Yeah,
I mean, he's still got this Aegis.
Yeah, and he's pushing high ground right now. And
oh, you took our tier 1? That's cute.
Yeah, and
say goodbye to your tier 3.
There's a BKB out for the Slark now, kind of forced into it. He's
definitely, yeah.
Pop his shadow.
And they'll pop a preemptive mech, just like, no, you're not messing with us. We have extra armor. Pizza Dad already getting grabbed here by the Batrider. A beautiful Requiem from the Shadowfiend. And what a way to send him off here as KVH is going down. No buyback available on him. Lion bought back, but that's a dieback. That's a death on the Tusk. Shadowfiend finally falls, but they'll be okay. Tusk, don't worry, guys. Tusk is saving the game. Here we go, boys. Ice shards
by Angry Testy. 22 and a half minutes. eHug playing incredibly well. And
Jeppins is just having fun there now.
That was really well played by eHug. There wasn't a whole lot that I don't think there was a whole lot Boreal could have done, because with the lineup of eHug, you needed to get your Shadowfiend off to an early start, and he got a phenomenal early start. And in the game 11-1-5, and he he played so well, and he was always in good positions to push back Boreal or pick off whoever. Obviously Corey with that 7-minute Hand of Midas, as well as he had a bottle. He didn't have power treads, but he had a lot already before he got his Midas. Once he got his Midas, he had that 15-minute Vanguard, and then like an 18-minute Sanjin Yasha. He was so farmed, and there was really nothing Boreal could have done there.
Yeah.
I mean, the draft for eHug was just, I think, better, and Infinity was really, he had really good positioning, even though his score was just like 4-1-11, where you said last game he was like 7-0 and whatever.
Like, it was ridiculous. I can't even remember what it was, but he still made big plays, and the fact that they had that initiation, the Batrider jumping on the Vengeful Spirit, I believe it might have been Pizza Dad. I can't really remember in that last fight, but he set up that Requiem for Shadowfiend so perfectly with Disruptor's kinetic field on the other side of the fight, and it just worked out beautifully for them. And, like, Tree could have saved up for a Aghanims, but he's just like, no, we've got this game in the bag. Let's grab a Force Staff and shut it out at 22 minutes in. It's a quick GG for eHug, and they'll take game number 2, so...
And this is, it's a best of 2.
It's
right?
a 2-game series. There is no best of 2.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, 2-game series. Whatever. But...
We know what it is. We gotcha. Yeah.
You guys know.
Anyways, I'm SB Evolution 5, joined here by PlagueDota for Truesight TV. And Plague, if you're willing to stick with us, we're going to do the rest of our patch analysis. We only got down to Dragon Knight, but we did skip ahead and do the items. So there's not that much left to do, but there is a bit.
I disagree. Actually, there's a lot of stuff to talk about after Dragon Knight. And I'm definitely down to talk about some of this. I was looking it over today, but there's a lot of just big works, like big reworks in the game. Earth Spirit's one of them. Yeah. Because they really did.
Anyways, time out on that.
Yeah.
If you want to see that, it's going to be in our patch analysis video, which will be on the channel and YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on the channel, stay tuned. That'll be coming right up. I'm just going to grab Rupture here and hopefully jump right back into it. If he's busy at the moment, we'll just carry on without him and he'll jump in whenever. But of course, I'm SB Evolution 5, joined by PlagueDota for Truesight TV. Don't go anywhere. More patch analysis coming your way in just a minute. Congratulations, of course, to Team eHug for winning, and we hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast.